Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. I wanted to come out tonight and break down a few different defenses and just kind of get your guys' opinions on it. Be sure to hit me up and let me know what you would change or what you would keep. I do not have all these little dudes cut out yet, so give me a little bit more time on that. But I wanted to try to just get like a starting base going. So I'm going to put together a 4-3, and then I want to take a look at kind of like a hybrid nickel. I think it does look pretty cool, so definitely let me know your thoughts. Figured I'd come out tonight and give you guys a break from the steady stream of bullshit and just blatant lies that have been coming down the pipes as far as Raider YouTube goes today. Did you know Darren Waller's getting traded? Why the fuck would we trade Darren Waller? He's under contract. Unless he holds out, there is absolutely no reason to trade him off of this roster. Plus, his value will skyrocket after this team makes it deep into the playoffs next season. He knows that. He's not an idiot. I've seen people be like, well, he was cashed out last season. Dude, wake the fuck up. You have no idea what you're talking about. The dude got hurt. It is what it is. It happens to players every single season. But he is pissed off. He does have a chip on his shoulder. And I guarantee you, if he stays on this offense, it's going to be the most explosive offense in football. But we're not talking about that tonight. I'm so sick of hearing about that shit. We are talking about defense. This is the 4-3 that I initially have set up. I have Vickers playing next to Nichols. You guys know how much I like Vickers. I want to see him stick on this team. He is a huge impact player for us, especially when we play the Chiefs. I really think if that dude had an opportunity to be a week-to-week starter or just in the week-to-week rotation, he would end up impressing a hell of a lot of people. That kid has a natural talent to him. He can get to the quarterback, and he plays damn good against the run. I'm really hoping the new regime recognizes that because I want to see this dude stay on this team. Got Crosby and Jones playing the edges. It was a little bit sad deleting Yannick's picture off of this, but we got to keep moving forward, and Chandler Jones is a hell of a way to do it. Moving into the linebackers, I have Perryman playing that middle. I really think he's going to end up staying on this team and playing out the remainder of his contract. I am super happy to see that shit because he was a baller for us last season. Got Diablo playing the outside, and then I have Brown playing the other outside. A lot of you guys hit me up after that last video, and you were like, dude, Brown is a legit linebacker. He's the best coverage linebacker that we have on this team. I will tell you right now, having Brown on one side and Diablo on the other is a hell of a lot of speed on the outside edges. We should finally be able to limit the running back coming out of the backfield on those little flare routes and just shredding us every single fucking game. Then moving into that secondary, Merrick playing the free safety, Abram playing the strong, just like it was last season. That shit looked incredibly well when those guys were on the field together. I got Mullins starting at that number one cornerback spot, and I have Rock Ya-Sin starting at the other end. A lot of you guys wanted to see Everett in there, but I really think he's going to end up being the spell for both of these guys. I think this is going to be our number one and number two. But I think our cornerback room as it sits right now is leaps and bounds better than it was last season. I am super excited to see how that room really shakes out. But we have serious talent, and we actually have some serious depth at that cornerback spot this season, and that is huge for us. I really like the way this defense looks, but I do not like it as much as that hybrid nickel, so give me just a second. Let me go ahead and move some of these guys around, then I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. You can call this defense whatever the hell you want to call it. It's pretty much set up as like a 3-3-5, but I am absolutely loving the way that this shit looks. This defense looks like it would be incredibly potent, incredibly fast, and it looks like we'd be able to take some heads off the opposing teams. I know I'm going to catch a good bit of shit for sticking Farrell on this defensive line, but I'm willing to take it. I'm not giving up on that kid just yet. If y'all want to come out there and say that this coaching staff is going to be able to turn a guy like Brandon Parker completely around, then your ass better have faith in Cleveland Farrell because he's a leaps and bounds a better player. I still got a lot of faith in that kid, man. I'm really hoping he sticks on this roster. I think it just took him a little bit more time to mature. He could honestly have a huge breakout season this year. He's always been close, but just never was able to finish. Now he has some incredibly good mentors helping him along the way. I really think that kid might be at a turning point. Then we got Diablo, Perryman, and Jones really hugging up, pushing up on that defensive line. And then that umbrella sitting behind them. That umbrella is disgusting. There is some true talent right there in this secondary. From Mullen all the way to Rock Ya-Sin on the opposite side. Having Hobbs, Abram, Merrick playing over the top, dude. This defense is going to be legit as shit. And like I said, we do need a little bit of help in that linebacker room. And if you look at this and the players that I do have cut out, we need some help at that defensive tackle and defensive end spot. We need to bring in a little bit more depth, or we need to have one of these younger kids that we brought onto this team really pan out and be able to work into this rotation. I would not be shocked at all to see this team go offensive line and defensive line straight through that draft. Or by some small miracle, we end up plucking a linebacker, but I highly doubt that. I really think the need is going to be those two positional groups. But this defense is really starting to take shape, and this looks sick as shit, and I am truly in love with this defensive setup that I have right here. So let me know your thoughts on it. That's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. Be sure to hit me up. Let me know who you want to see me get cut out so I can get them up in these videos. I'm definitely going to start working on the offensive side of the ball now that we kind of have our weapons in place. I can start to piece together an offensive line on that right-hand side. And then just to show the weapons and the different setups that we can be in with that offense. It's disgusting. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. I should be back in the next day or two. I got a few more little players to cut out before I can get that one rolling. But until then, I'm Joku. I really appreciate you guys checking out another one. If you can click that like button on the way out, it really does help me out. If you haven't subbed up yet, I'd really appreciate that. It really does help my channel get more exposure. But until then, we will catch y'all in the next one.